Paula here. Welcome to my craft room. It's Wednesday night, and that means fun fold night. If I can get myself organized here, I have the draws ready. Let me just piddle over here to Facebook and get things up and running. And then we're going to create a fan fold card. This one causes a few issues with a few people, myself included. It took me a while to figure this one out, but I wrote down very detailed instructions of how I'm supposed to do it, not only on there, but on the back of my template as well. So let me just make sure Facebook is live. And there we are. Like that. And then go here. Do that. Hello, Renee. Hello, Alice, Connie. Yay, we got people on both, and I can see the comments on both. Woohoo! And so far, they're scrolling. I love it when things work. I shouldn't say that because I've probably jinxed it. So knock on wood. Hey, so I got a cool card for you tonight. I'm going to flip you in a sec, but we're going to do this one. Oops. We're going to do this. It's called a fan fold because it's got a fan on the front of it. And then you open it up. So Connie thinks she's given up on Facebook. I don't blame you. Hello, Susan. Hello, Diane. Oh, it's a fun one. But let me tell you, make a template first. Grab old cardstock, old designer paper, and cut it up before you use your good stuff. This is template number 2 for me. It took me a while. And you all know how I store my templates, right? They're in these little bags. These are the bags from our dies. I don't throw anything away. I reuse them. I put a label on there, and then my template sits in it like this, and it sits in a box. I've got, you know, those photo boxes? They're what, this long? I got one jam-packed full. I'm going to have to start a second one. Hello, Nadine and Mary from Vegas. Oh, hello, Carol. Yeah. Connie's going to give up on Facebook too. Hey, what can I say? I do not blame you. I do not blame you because it was awful last night. I really felt sorry for people that were watching my catalog launch party on Facebook because it kept on freezing. It was awful. So I don't even have a class for you to register for yet today because my October classes are closed for registration. And I haven't even figured out what I'm doing in November yet because I'm busy getting ready for my creative escape. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am overwhelmed and so blessed to have so many people joining us for the creative escape this year. It's going to be a good one. Hello, Diana. Hi, Carol. Okay, so let me flip you around and let my phone get caught up to there we go. So here's the card up close and personal. Ooh, and I'm using the Piece on Earth suite. Designer paper and the glimmer paper and the dies, the stamp set, the whole thing. The only thing I didn't use was the ribbon on this one. And then there's the inside. So I didn't stamp because if you know the Piece on Earth stamp set, there's no images on it. So I thought, how am I going to do this? Do my inside of my envelope when there's no images. And when I made this card, because I made it a while ago, when I made this card, the catalog was not out yet. And I thought, well, maybe they're going to bring out a stamp set and turn this into a mega suite and bring in a stamp set with images. You know how they do words in one and images in the other one? But they didn't do that. So we're making die cuts for the inside and the envelope, and that's just what we're going with. Okay, so I'm just using Secret Sea ink for and I'm going to do, instead of that, I'm going to turn this into a Christmas card and do Piece on Earth, and I'm going to turn this sentiment piece, I'm going to turn it sideways like this. We'll see what happens. Don't let me forget Don't let me forget to do the draws for the Just for Coming and the treasure hunt for my catalog launch. It's the placing an order draw is not closed yet because you still have until tomorrow at 6 o'clock to place an order and take advantage of that stamp sale that's happening. But let me just do this. If you are interested in getting a stamp set, that is part of a bundle. Make sure you do your math first, because every one of the people who have contacted me and said, if I buy this stamp set on sale, is it cheaper than the bundle? It's not. It's $2 or $3 more to buy the stamp set at 15% off and the dies at full price than to get the bundled price where you get 10% off of both of them. So just beware. Uh-oh, here we are. Hello, Carol, Diana, Wendy, Holly. Oh, Holly. Okay, let's make a card. So I'm going to try and go really slow with the instructions on how to do this because there's a lot of moving pieces that you have to cut precisely. There is, Renee, there is a scrapbooking stamp that coordinates with the piece on Earth. You're right, there is. And it is at the back of the catalog in the scrapbooking section. And it's there. It's called Peaceful Days. I didn't get it. Hello, Linda. How are you? Okay. So, have you got your pencils ready so you can write down these notes that I have on the back of this? Ready? So the card base, that's the blue one. So I did this in different colors. So when I'm explaining it to you, I can tell you the colors. So the blue base is 8.5 by 5.5. And you score it at 4 1/4. And then you measure over from this line, you measure over 3/4 of an inch. Nope, 1 3/4 of an inch. Sorry. You measure over 1 3/4 of an inch and you cut from that mark to this point. So I'm going to do that. I haven't done any of the only thing I cut on this one was these pieces because they're the leftovers from this. Okay. Get my paper trimmer and my ruler and a pencil. And I'm measuring from this top corner on the front over 1 3/4 of an inch. And I'm putting a little mark there, like that. Now I'm going to take my paper trimmer and I'm going to open the card base up, put that mark in the track, like that. And this, hang on, let me get it up where you can see it. There we go. This point goes in the track. And remember, when you're cutting, sort of, Alice, yes. Alice asked if it's one of one of those cards make 2 at a time. Kind of, yes. Okay, so remember, when you are cutting through the point of a piece of cardstock, do not start here and cut into your point because you can destroy your point. Start in the middle, or in this case, I can start up at the top, but I'm going to start in the middle and I go down and up. So there's the front. Don't throw this away because we use that. So that's step 1. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Measure over 1 3/4 of an inch. Oh, I need a new blade. Let's do that right now. Because I don't want to have flags. Can you see the flags happening on my cardstock? I don't like that. I don't have time to deal with flags. There we go. So I'm just going to, you don't mind if I just take 2 seconds and change the blade in my paper trimmer. And I give those blades to hubby, and he takes them out to the craft room, or to his craft room known as the shop, and he sharpens them for me. So I always put a little X on it so I know that it's been sharpened already. Like that. Oh, you can't see it, sorry. So I put a little X on it so I know that it's been sharpened. It is not a brand new one. Okay, then we'll put the brand new one in. There we go. All right. We're good to go now. Hello, Wendy. So everybody has that. I can move on to the next step. Okay, so we're going to put that off to the side, and I'm keeping both of these pieces. Then, so that was A. So A is the base. B is the pink one. So there's the pink layer here. And on this one, I'm using white. So it's a cardstock layer. It's 5 1/4 by 4. So I have 2 pieces. Yes, I have 2 pieces that are 5 1/4 by 4. So I'm taking one of them, 5 1/4 by 4, measure over 1 3/4 and cut diagonally. So exactly the same thing. I'm measuring over 1 3/4 of an inch. This, I don't know what would happen if I lost or broke this ruler, I tell you. It's, I had one and it broke. Thankfully, I had a second one, and I was able to get some for some of my customers off of Amazon, but they don't sell them anymore. So we use them for scrapbooking. They're perfect for scrapbooking. Okay, so now I measured that at 1 3/4 of an inch, like that. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing we did to the card base. I'm going to put the point in the track and the mark in the track. Start in the middle and go both ways. And there we have our next layer. Do not throw this away. So now, if I've measured properly, sometimes it doesn't work, but if I've measured properly, it should fit in there nicely. And this one is the same size because we're not done with this yet. Okay, so I'm going to put that up. Okay, C is designer paper. That's the green layer. Is 5 by 3 3/4, measure over 1 3/4 and cut diagonally. Okay, so this is the piece for the inside. I'm just going to put that off to the side. So I now have a piece of designer paper that is 3 3/4. Oh, that's not 3 3/4. What's it supposed to be? 5 by 3 3/4. But I've changed because I didn't want a really wide border there. So I have made mine 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So it's just 1/8 of an inch bigger than these instructions. Do you want me to hold these like this and so you can take a screenshot? Will that work? It can be sharpened. Yes, they can. I don't know how he does it, but he sharpens them. Hello, Anne. Okay, that should have given you time to get a screenshot. So now we're taking the designer paper, this layer, that's layer C, measure 1 3/4 and cut diagonally. Blurry parts. I think did I not put the measurements in there in my post earlier today? So you have to be careful when you are cutting for this card that you cut with the side up that you want to be the front. So don't cut it at the back and cut it this way because you'll have it going the wrong way. Ask me how I know that. Okay, so now we're going to do exactly the same thing again. We're going to put that mark in the channel. We're going to put the point in the channel. We're going to close it on my finger. Oops. Move that up and give that a trim. So now we have our white. We have our designer paper. Ooh, and it's fitting. Yay! And we have pencil marks. So I'm just going to erase those pencil marks because that's why I did it at the back. I thought, well, I don't want my pencil marks to be showing if I don't cut right on them. But yeah, don't do that. Have your pencil marks on the front. Okay, now this is going to layer on here. And then this is going to layer on here eventually. Okay, so now we've got A, B, and C done. So now we're going to work on this part. And then we're going to work on this part. Okay, so these the H, G, H, I are the three pieces we cut off. So they're the ones that are going to go that way. But if you notice the one underneath, it goes in exactly the same direction, and it has to be in the same direction for this card to work. But you have to be careful when cutting your cardstock's not a big deal. It's when you cut your designer paper that you have to make sure that you've got things facing in the right direction and you're cutting in the right direction. Okay, so we've got, this is all done now. We're moving on to this part. Number D is for Holly. This is for you. That's wild wheat. Wild wheat is D. And D, which is on here, is going to be Misty Moonlight. And I've already cut these because they're the other half. They're the other half of this. See that? When I cut them, you cut it 5 by 3 3/4. So it's 5 by 3 3/4. And then you cut diagonally in half. So that gives you two pieces. It gives you the Misty Moonlight piece and it gives you the white piece. And those pieces will layer onto each other and you don't have to do anything to them. They just fit. Now, the designer paper will do exactly the same thing. So, oh my God. You cut your design. So this is D. This is D. This is Misty Moonlight, and it is 5 by 3 1/4 cut diagonally. This is E. It is basic white, and it's cut at 4 3/4 by 3, and then you cut it diagonally. And then you have a piece of designer paper, which is F, and it is 4 1/2 by 2 3/4 cut diagonally. So now when you have this, all these pieces line up and they're the leftover bits from the card, and they are exactly what you need to do that part like that. So you've already got your middle of the card done because for your next card, because it makes two. So Alice, that's where the two come into play. And I've got this big note here that says watch orientation for pattern facing up. If you have a pattern, like this one that I'm using is not a big deal. So I can take this and turn it around. But if I was using this one with the doves on it, you couldn't because the doves would be flying upside down. Hello, Carol. So try to pick for this part, try to pick a pattern that is not directional. Now, this is okay because all you're doing with this one is turning it this way. So you can use a directional pattern for this. You just can't use it for this layer. Okay, so we've got those. Everything hunky-dory and you are understanding it and I can carry on. Let me know if I'm going too fast. Everybody okay? Oh, hokey dokey, okey pokey. Just waiting to make sure that everybody, I'm not going too fast. I want to give people a chance to get it. So far, so good. Okay, thank you. Now we're going to move on to this side. So we're going to do this center part here. G is the, what was that color called? Mauve something. It's the pinky one anyway. No, it's the blue one, sorry. It's the Seaside spray one. Cardstock G is the cut off from your card base. So now we're going back to these pieces. And this is the cut off from my card base, the piece I cut off from A, and it is about 5.5 by 3.25. Or sorry, 5.5 by 1 3/4. Hello, Lena. I think it will be much easier not using plaid designer paper. Probably, yep. But I made this one out of plaid, so I don't know. I just have to, this is that piece that I cut and it had flags on it. So I just got to get rid of those flags because they're driving me insane. Okay, so we have that piece. And then we're going to do H. So H is the pink piece. Good so far, but we'll watch replay most likely several times. That's okay, Nadine. That is what it's for. Okay, so H is on here, it's pink. On here, it's white because it was the cutoff from the layer underneath the designer paper. And you're going to cut 1/4 inch off of the straight side. Okay, so right now these are almost the same size. And to make it not the same size, we're going to take this. This is the straight side, the long straight side, not the top straight side. And you're going to cut, what did I say? I'm going to double check. I'm going to cut 1/4 inch off of that. So that's one of these spaces here. Cut that off. Of course, I can't pick it up. Come on. So now it's going to layer on here like that, and you're going to have a lovely frame all the way around it. I have to rewatch so I can get the information. I've been getting ready for bed. Oh, and lucky you, Renee. But no, it's going to be a while yet for me because I'm in the middle of prepping for my creative escape. Holy Aunt Jemima. I got a lot of cardstock to cut. And I did manage to get my walk in today. I was so excited. I did it right after dinner. Okay, so now we're going on to I. I is the designer paper. So that's the piece that we cut off of here. Remember, I'm using a different pattern on this. So it's this piece here. And we're going to cut 1/2 inch off of the straight side. So when you cut this from the designer paper, you are cutting the same size for the card base, the layer B and the layer C. They're all the same size. So the card base layer, you leave the full size. Layer B, you cut 1/4 inch off, and layer C, you cut 1/2 inch off if you want to have a big border around here. Now, I don't want to have a big border around here. So I'm going to experiment and I'm going to cut off 3/8 of an inch. So I'm going to go 1/4 and 3/8 of an inch because I can always cut more off of it. And then you pray that you do it right. I got the whole alphabet. Yep. No nap for me. No, I went for a walk instead of having my after dinner nap tonight. I know my body is cursing me for that. So there, let's see if this is going to work. Yes, it did. Look at that. I got a little bit of a border like the one I'm going to have around here. And there we have all of our pieces. Those are the pieces for the card. So there. Is that better? I think I might not have put these in there. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to snap another screenshot. Hopefully you'll be able to see it better than the first one. And if not, then just watch the repeat and remember that on Friday I will put a Friday recap, and it will have the YouTube link in my Friday recap for this, so you can go back and watch it and not have to search through Facebook. And of course, Facebook will delete it in 30 days. So because they're so lovely that way. All right. So now we're going to glue all of these things together. And when I'm gluing points like this, make sure you put the glue on the right side. You want it on the back side of your stuff, not on the front side. Yeah, I did that too. When I'm gluing points, I always put Tombow on the point, right up to the point. Now you can use Tombow for the whole thing if you want. And I think I will, because these ones are quite small. And I can use my precision tip and get glue right into the pointy ends. Because then your points won't lift. We have an owl that sits on a tree right outside my bedroom window. And every night I go to bed and I fall asleep to the sound of the owl. Let me tell you how cool that is. Okay, so those are all going to layer together on that one. I'm not putting adhesive on that one yet. Then we'll put adhesive on these two. So tell me, who's going to give this card a try? I want to see what you did. You need to put them in my share it Saturday when you get them done. Sorry, I'm not up high enough for you guys to see. I want to see the cards that you come up with this technique. Now, to make sure I get it on the right side, the correct side of my white. Where's my pokey tool? It's going to move these out of the way. So this weekend, I have my scrapbook retreat. When Stampin' Up! Did their virtual scrapbook retreat back in July, I couldn't do it because we were away on holidays. So I'm getting together with a couple of friends on Saturday and Sunday, and we're going to make all 24 pages. So that should be fun city. I'm going back up here. Hello, Val. Back in March, I started going for a walk every day. I was doing good until June, and then I stopped doing it. I need to start. Yes, Renee, you do. Tomorrow. Pick a time tomorrow and go for a walk. Don't procrastinate. Thank you, Lena. It is, the owl is amazing to hear every night. Okay, so I'm going to put this off to the side. Like that. And we can put our front together. I'm going to do the point in this, and then I'm going to use Stampin' Seal. I didn't even get it out. The designer paper is going to layer onto the white, and then the white is going to layer onto the blue. And I have to do that first because I just realized I put glue on the point. There we are. Yeah, Norma's coming. Oh, wait. Another trick when you're putting this card together. It's got glue on it. Put it together on the angled side so you can get the angle straight. And if you've measured and cut correctly, then you should have an even, I have an almost even border. Oh, Fraggle Rock, I did it again. I think I did that. It needs to move over just a, no, I'm not going to worry about it. Move on, Mollet. I'm going to call myself Move On Mollet tonight. Okay, this one has a little tiny frame around it, so we'll do it like that. There we go. And when you're doing this, if it's not right, just let it go. Don't hassle over it. Okay, I was going to lift that and I bent cardstock, so let me glue it down again. Okay, so we got the front on. Now we'll take the Misty Moonlight and we'll put the white on it. And I'm going to pay attention to the angle again. Oh, I didn't get this one cut quite as nicely. Oh, it's okay. That's why I put Tombow and let it dry, because then I can lift it and manipulate it if I have to. Okay, and then we're going to put the designer paper on. Like that. And there we go. Now we have this part built. And this one, white goes on first. Now this one is not going to go right down to the tip, but it's okay because you cover up most of that anyways. So just pay attention to the top and the angle. And then this one goes on here like this. I can't believe I actually did it and it all worked out. Woohoo! Whew. No more stress. No more stress. So we have our base. This part, you put them right down in the corner and it's going to go, that little point goes right along there like that. Because if you don't, it won't fit inside your envelope. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to turn it over, take a pencil, and I'm just going to draw a line. That way I know not to put my adhesive past that line. And we're going to put a little bit of glue in the point. And then we're going to put a strip of it there so I know not to go past that spot. Then the point goes in the point, and that point goes on the point. And there's your first part of the fan. If I do that, it's a little bit easier for you to see rather than dark on dark. Woohoo! So you guys busy writing notes, or you gone to sleep out there, or what? You have to make sure that when you close your card that this does and this doesn't go out past the edge of your card, or you're not going to get it in your envelope. And then this one, you put it on here like that, and you got to pay attention to that corner. I didn't stamp anything on the inside, so let me put the inside piece in so you can have a point of reference that is not dark on dark. And this is just 5 1/4 by 4. It's your standard inside piece. Like that. There. That now you can see without me having to worry about it. Now, when you do this, you're going to do exactly the same thing. The point goes in the point. This corner does not go up past that edge, but you want it right on that edge because then you're getting your angles all in the same spot. So I'm just going to flip that over, do a little bit of a pencil mark so I know where to put my adhesive. Hello, Susie. Valerie's just sitting there enjoying. Oh, lots of notes. Oh, I'm glad. This is a beautiful card, and I've seen it done with so many different designer papers. So what other designer papers do you think this kind of card would look good in? What papers? Oh, shoot. I put it past my mark. What papers would you use? Hi, Dimity. Dimity says, hello, move it along, Mullet. I have to take my adhesive off of here because I put it up too high. There we go. Move along, Mullet. Tell me in the comments what designer paper you would use to create this card. Now remember, the point goes in the point, and then this edge goes just at the edge of that secret C card base, like that. Autumn toile. Oh, yes. That would be gorgeous. That would be gorgeous. Okay, so now we have, this is a sentiment. Why did I cut it in a square? I don't know. Delicate pines. Oh, that's going to fit. Good. Delicate pines wood. Northern lights. Oh, yes. Just be careful of this layer. You got to find one that doesn't have a direction in it. Remember, because you can make 2 cards with the pieces that you cut. Okay, so that and that and that is the sentiment. This I'm going to cut a dove out of and a bunch of stars. And then this one is to cut 2 of the doves out. One for the inside and one for the envelope. I didn't even tell you what I was using. Peace on Earth. Stamp set and dies. And I'm going to finish it off with the hues of blue flowers. So I need this and I need this. So this has 3 stars in it. 1, 2, 3. And that's all I need. Okay. We're going to die cut. this and this out of the glimmer paper. Traditions of Christmas. Oh, yes, that would be gorgeous. Okay, you guys are getting my imagination flowing now. I'm going to want to make more of these. You realize that, right? Okay, we have 3 stars. 3 stars and a dove out of glimmer paper. So that piece of glimmer paper was 2 by 2. This piece of Secret C is 2¼ by 4-ish. It's big enough to cut 2 of these out. Do one. And the second one. You don't have the Northern Lights paper? Oh, Valerie, you need the Northern Lights paper, girl. Anne would like to see the traditional Christmas paper in this. Me too. I would love to do that. See somebody do that. So somebody needs to do that because I'm not going to have time over the next couple of weeks with all my prep that I got to come up with. Okay, now for the sentiment, the Secret C piece is 2 by 2¼ The Misty Moonlight piece is 1 7/8 by 2 1/8. And the basic white piece is 1 3/4 by 2. And that's going to fit Peace on Earth. Peace on Earth. All right. I know what I have to do. I'm dithering. When Ted does this, I tell him he's dithering. But I have to put glue on these. Okay, so the glimmer one is going to go here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on his belly, and then he's going to have dimensionals. And I think I double dimensionalized his wings because this is up quite high. It's not popped up, but it's on top of 6 layers of cardstock. Okay, so a little bit on his belly, and then we'll double dimensionalize him. And then these guys are going to have glue all over them because one goes on the inside, one goes on the envelope. When you put something on the envelope, you have to make sure it stays there. Oh, I went up to the post office today. I had to ship out a class kit. And it had to go today, so I had to physically go into the post office and hand it to the ladies, the people that work there. So I know that it went out today. And when I do that, I just walk in and say, "I'm just here to see your smiling faces today." They know me by name. They know me by my first name. I didn't know them before they started work, before they worked there, but now I'm in there so much, they know my name and they know Ted's name. And when I go in there with packages that are already ready to go, they don't even weigh them, measure them, or scale them anymore because unless I ask them to, because they say we don't need to do it with you. You know what you're doing. Except now with Canada Post being so freaking sticky with their stuff, my scale said that one of the packages I sent out today, because I was at the post office twice. Yep, twice. But one of them I sent out this morning on my scale was exactly 100 grams. but when I got it up to the post office, it was 103 grams. So I can't count on my scale being 100% when it's that close. So they have to weigh it for me. Traditional cardstock would be gorgeous. What's the measurement for the sentiment? Okay, Nadine, are you ready? I will tell it to you again. Do you want it for peace on earth or big hugs for a good friend? Because they're different. This one is a little bit, oh no, it's not. Never mind. It's the same. Okay, never mind. Ignore that. The Secret C, which is the first layer, is 2¼ by 2. The Misty Moonlight, which is the second layer, is 2⅛ by 1⅞. The Basic White is 2 by 1¾ 14-layer card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep. Guess what I just got? A message from Denise, my buddy Denise. Yes, she had her team meeting tonight. 14-layer cards. Oh, okay, you got it. Any of the foil designs would be gorgeous. I agree. Okay, so I'm going to layer these two and then we'll stamp that. And I'm going to stop nattering. The next Thursday is the virtual Modern Festive Friends class. So if you registered for that, we'll be stamping. Denise and I will be together. We're going to do the class together, which should be fun. Okay, Secret C and Peace on Earth. So it has to go this way to fit this sentiment. And we're just going to stamp that right on there. Peace on Earth. All right. Close the ink because I don't want it going all over everything. Layer this on for the sentiment. All right, like that. Now I'm going to pull this back in, and this is going to go on here like that. So it's going to sit flat on this layer, and I'm going to put dimensionals underneath the corners. So I need a dimensional here and dimensional there. Have I got any big ones? Nope, I'm out. Oh, one big one. Now I forgot which corner it was. This corner. And this corner, like that. Perfect. And then we'll just put, which way is it? I'm so bad at angles, like really honest to goodness. Put some right in the middle there to sit on top of that centerpiece. Some days my brain just doesn't function properly. So I'm kind of putting that point in the middle there. Why? I don't know. It just seems like that's where it should be. There we are. Now we're going to put our glimmer dove on here like that. And I'm making sure that it doesn't go past the edge of that card. It's just going to go there like that. Now I'm going to take, what have I got? I'm going to grab a new package of these because I have to double dip them. Do we have measurements somewhere? Please, need more for fans. I don't remember what I posted. I honestly don't remember. I would have posted the measurements, but I don't think I posted where to cut for the fan part. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to layer it on top of another one. And I've got two of them, and I'm just going to put two of them underneath here, like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing for underneath there. So let's pull one up, put it on top, pull up the double, and you can see that I've got double thickness of dimensional there. And that's going underneath there like that. Then one of these stars goes here. And one of these stars goes here. And the other one I put up here. And then on the inside, we're going to put one of the doves. And then on the envelope, we'll put the other one. And all we have to do to finish it off is add the bling. So is those of you watching on Facebook, is Facebook cooperating tonight? It's not stopping and starting like it was last night? Of course not. Okay, so we're going to put some of these on here. I've got 1, 2. Did I put 3 on here? I can't see the other one. No, I only put 2 on. Oh, because I've got 3 of these. I put 2 of these, and that's 5. Okay, let's put a Misty Moonlight one down here in the corner. And then maybe a small dark one up here. There we are. Nope, that's at the same height I put that one. So let's just move that a little bit. And then I'm just going to pick this one up because I don't like it there. It's in the wrong spot. Come on. Up. I'm moving it up just a tad. There we go. And there's our card. It is not too difficult to do as long as you get your cuts going in the right direction. Dimity, here's the instructions with the measurements. Take a screenshot. Hold on. There. Take a screenshot. Hopefully you can understand it. Okay. And if you go back and watch from the beginning, I go step by step through all of these instructions with all the sizes and how much to cut off and where to put them and where these come from, because these pieces come from here, and then these pieces you cut separately, but you get extras so that you can make 2 cards. Just make sure that this designer paper that you use here is not directional, so you don't have upside down doves or something on this piece. That's why I had to use the pattern that I used. Aw, thank you guys. That's so kind. Don't forget, if you're enjoying my video, please hit those emojis. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the thumbs up. and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed tonight's card. It is stunning, and I can't wait to see what you do. Make sure you make the card and then post it in Share It Saturday. Oh, I got to do the draws so that we can see what you made it out of. I would love to see what you can come up with. Facebook was working fine until I went to write a comment and lost everything. Who knows what oh no. Oh, Diana, that's awesome. Yes, thanks, Connie. Yes, Connie's going draws, draws, draws. Okay. I'm going to do this. Oh my goodness, I didn't plug my phone in and I'm down to 32%. Whew. Hang on. I had to plug it in because I don't want it to die on me. Okay, so now let me go over here. I'm going to get that open. Go back here, go to here, go to there. Oops. Go to there. Set my list. Hang on. We're going to go here. There we go. So, oh, I just got to get my pop socket out so I can hang on to it. So these are all the people that came to either my in-person or the virtual catalog launch party last night. And somebody is going to win. Hang on. Somebody is going to win a package of faceted snowflakes. Now, I must say that I cannot send these overseas because it's going to cost me a fortune. So if somebody wins and they're from like Australia or Europe somewhere, or France, I have to choose another one. So hopefully the wheel will cooperate with me. Okay, so this is for a package of the faceted snowflakes. I am going to delete that and delete that, and then I hit shuffle twice, and the winner of the faceted snowflakes is, drum roll please, Diane P. Yay, Diane, congratulations. Diane lives in Saskatchewan. Yay. Okay, now we'll go on to the next wheel, and this one is the treasure hunt. Not too many people filled out the treasure hunt this time, but I'm still having a draw, and somebody is going to win the delightful decorative dots. And that person, that winner is, let's see who's going to win these. Oh, Valerie! Yay! Valerie, you just won yourself some delightful decorative desserts. Delightful decorative dots. Some days, I tell you, the brain function is just not there. All right, I'm back. And I'm going over here and I'm going to do this so that I can watch. Congratulations to Diane from Saskatchewan and Valerie from Vancouver Island. Nope, she's from British Columbia. She lives on the Sunshine Coast. Congratulations, ladies. Now you can still get in the draw for a package of hoops, a full package of gold hoops. It's going out to one lucky winner who placed an order with me before tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So I was going to do tonight, but I extended it because of the stamp sale that's happening tomorrow. So if you want to put an order in and take advantage of the stamp sale, you will still be able to qualify to be in the draw for the gold hoops. And the stamp sale tomorrow, if you're in Australia, it's live already for the Australia people. Europe will be live shortly. I think it's live, but it's the middle of the night in Europe. 15% off all stamps, plus 15% off select stamping tools. So let me go in here so I can tell you what those stamping tools are, because there's a few of them. And I just have to go to my online store because they've got them all queued up. If you want to see what stamps are on sale, you can let me get you the link. And then I have to do that. DDWS. Okay. That's the link to see what's on sale in this sale. Now, there is all of the stamps, excluding the ones that are already on the last chance list because they're discounted probably more than the 15%. And then if you scroll to the very end, you also can save 15% on, hang on, I'm almost there. There's a lot of stamp sets on sale, let me tell you. The brayer, the masking paper, Stampin' Mist, Simply Chamois, so that's the purple thing that I use to clean my stamps, grid paper, the paper that I have on my desk all the time when I'm stamping, the Stampin' Pierce mat, the scrubby, all of the blocks, and the Stays On cleaner. Those are also on sale, will be on sale for 15% off as of tomorrow. So if you live mountain time, it is midnight tonight mountain time. If you're in the Pacific time zone like I am, it's 11 p.m. Pacific time zone. I'm just going to write down here grid paper because I forgot to order some. Put it on my order and I'm going to order me some. All right. Well, thanks so much. Oh, and don't forget, if you're going to take part in the stamp sale and it's a part of a bundle, make sure you do your math first. Whether you're ordering from me or whether you order from yourself or another demonstrator, just check the price, because the ones that I've checked for all of my customers today, it's been cheaper to get the bundle by $2 or $3. And I don't want you to pay more. What's a scrubby? Oh, well, hang on. I'll show you what the scrubby is. Let me just put this back up here. And I'll do that. And I'll show you what the scrubby is. Oop. Hang on. Okay, so I don't have the brayer. This is the grid paper that's on sale. This is the scrubby. So this is what I use my conditioner on. So this is Stampin' Mist. It's on sale as well. It has a conditioner for rubber stamps. This is the Stays On cleaner to use with rubber stamps. Do not use this with photopolymer stamps because there's a chemical reaction and your photopolymer stamps will disintegrate. And the Simply Chamois is on sale as well. Does that help? And all of the blocks, all of our acrylic blocks will be on sale. It's an excellent time to grab some acrylic blocks. All right. So thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight. I am so excited that we got this card and it worked. Oh, I love it when it works. Sometimes fun folds get the best of me. Make one and put it in the Share It Saturday so we can all see your gorgeous creations. And I will be live tomorrow night. Let me see what I'm doing. Tomorrow night, not that one. 18th. Oh, I'm doing a white and gold Christmas card, the white and gold Christmas card tomorrow night. I hope you can join me 7:30 p.m. Pacific time on Facebook on my page, MA group, and on YouTube. Thanks, everybody. And Diane, I will get your goodies off to you And Valerie, I will get your goodies off to you as well. Have a wonderful rest of the evening, and I will see you soon in my craft room. Stampin' Smiles. Bye for now.